quiet landscape of Taylor, Texas, a legend was born. Frederick Bean Avery, known to the world as Tex, began life in 1908, a time of simplicity before his humor would color the world of animation. The young Tex Avery had a flair for artistry and humor, finding his calling in the burgeoning world of animation. His journey from a local boy to an industry pioneer was fueled by sheer talent and an unrivaled zest for creativity.
Character drawings are used to aid them in obtaining proper figure placement in relation to backgrounds. Also to aid in creating perspective and scene
Avery's entry into animation during the 1930s set him on a path that would forever change the way cartoons were created and perceived. With each stroke of his pen, Tex Avery was drafting the blueprint of what would become the Golden Age of American animation. Tex Avery's entrance into the world of animation coincided with the medium's golden era. Drawn to the burgeoning world in Hollywood, Avery found his first big break at Warner Brothers, a place teeming with potential. In these early days, Avery honed his craft, experimenting with timing, gags, and expressions, laying the groundwork for what would become the trademark of his style.
Beginning with one sustained picture, note how this series of pictures flashed on the screen up to the rate of 24 per second speeds the action. The eye retains the image of one until another appears, creating the illusion of motion pictures.
The animation landscape in the 1930s was ripe for revolution, and Avery was just the maverick to shake it up. With each frame, he was pushing the envelope, setting the stage for a new era of animated storytelling. Tex Avery wasn't just working in animation, he was redefining it, infusing a blend of irreverence and artistry that would captivate audiences for generations. Tex Avery didn't just make cartoons, he reimagined them. In the confines of the animation cell, he unleashed a comedic genius that was zany, unpredictable, and wildly original. Avery's style was revolutionary. He played with time, space, and reality in ways that no one had dared before. His cartoons were not just stories, they were experiences. He introduced a new lexicon to animation, where characters knew they were in a cartoon, engaging directly with the audience, creating a shared joke between creator and viewer. Avery's impact went beyond laughs. He challenged and changed the audience's perception of what animation could be, opening a door to endless creative possibilities. Tex Avery was not just an animator. He was a creator of characters, each with a distinct personality that has stood the test of time. Bugs Bunny may have hopped around before Avery, but it was under his guidance that the wisecracking rabbit gained his iconic persona. Similarly, Daffy Duck's manic energy and Droopy's deadpan humor are testaments to Avery's genius.
Yes, I just stepped out for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, give me that shillelagh.
Spike, I don't have a shillelagh.
These characters were more than just drawings. They were a radical departure from the norms, brimming with life and defying expectations at every turn.
He was unique. He was a unique person, and he pursued animation in a way that nobody else did. I mean, he wasn't interested in character. There was only one character that he made in the whole time that was Sustains, and that, of course, was Little Droopy.
In Avery's world, each character was a star, capable of carrying a cartoon with their charisma and comic timing. They were not just part of the animation, they were the animation. Tex Avery's move to MGM marked the beginning of what many consider the pinnacle of his career. Here, his creative freedom flourished and his animation style reached new heights. At MGM, Avery's imagination ran wild. His cartoons became more than just entertainment. They were masterpieces of comedic timing, unique animation, and unbridled creativity. Avery's tenure at MGM solidified his status as a legend in the world of animation. His work during the period is not just a collection of cartoons, it's an enduring legacy of artistic innovation. His MGM years were a symphony of sight gags, slapstick comedy, and a daring departure from the conventional, forever changing the landscape of animated film. Tex Avery was a master at pushing the envelope. His cartoons were not just funny, they were bold, sometimes brash, and often pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable in animation at the time. Avery's humor often walked a tightrope. His willingness to venture into adult themes and social commentary set him apart in an era where animation was largely considered children's entertainment. While his edgier work sometimes drew the ire of censors, it also earned him a reputation as an avant-garde artist, unafraid to tackle the absurdities and complexities of contemporary life. Avery's cartoons were a reflection of his unique view of the world, a world where humor could be a tool for critique and animation, a medium for adult storytelling. Tex Avery didn't just create cartoons, he shaped an entire genre. His influence is seen in animation studios worldwide, where his style and humor continue to inspire new generations of animators. From the exaggerated expressions and slapstick humor to the breaking of the fourth wall, Avery's fingerprints are all over today's animation landscape. Avery's legacy is not confined to the past. It lives on, thriving in the works of those he inspired. His innovative spirit paved the way for cartoons to be more than just kids' stuff. They became a canvas for artistic and comedic expression. In Avery's world, there were no rules, only possibilities. It's this ethos that continues to fuel the creativity and imagination of animators and storytellers today. The 1940s were a tumultuous time for the world, and the animation industry was not immune. For Tex Avery, this era presented unique challenges and opportunities. During the war years, Avery, like many of his contemporaries, used his talents to create animations that supported the war effort. His work took on a more serious tone, but his unmistakable humor still shone through. These war-themed cartoons are a testament to Avery's versatility as an animator. He could adapt his style to fit the times, whether for entertainment or patriotism. Though a departure from his usual fare, Avery's wartime cartoons were impactful, using animation to communicate, educate, and even uplift during a time of global conflict. Tex Avery left an indelible mark on animation and pop culture. His legacy is celebrated not just in the archives of animation history, but in the countless tributes that continue to honor his work. From dedicated museum exhibits to references in current cartoons and films, Avery's influence remains a vibrant part of today's cultural landscape. Avery's work transcends time. It inspires new generations of animators and continues to delight audiences with its timeless humor and creativity. It's a testament to Avery's genius that his cartoons, decades after their creation, still resonate with humor and relevance, captivating the hearts of those who watch them. Beyond the larger-than-life characters and uproarious gags, Tex Avery, the man, remained somewhat of an enigma. He was the quiet force behind a revolution in laughter. Colleagues described Avery as a humble, unassuming man whose genius lay in his ability to see the world through a lens of boundless humor and possibility. Despite his monumental success, Avery seldom sought the spotlight. For him, the true joy was in the creation, the crafting of worlds that could bring laughter and landscape to millions. Tex Avery wasn't just an animator, he was an artist, a storyteller, and a visionary. His legacy is not just in the laughter he created, but in the smiles he brought to faces young and old around the world.